Hello everybody. Still can't sleep, so I'll make another video, but I'll set this one to upload later on in the day. So it was brought to my attention in the comments of my videos that Jenny Kiss, formerly Jenny McDermott, Youtubicides her latest channel, and I checked the link. I went back to the last comment she ever left on my channel, and yes, that channel says this channel is closed and no longer available. And that's what you would get if you closed your channel. I had a different link to a different one of her channels that was shut down through flagging, and it's a different message. So yeah, it seems like whoever had control of her channel closed it. There was no indication that I know of, and I checked her Twitter, which seems still active, and no explanation. And I'm not part of those circles. I am surprised by this because I felt like maybe her and Bewildered Ape were going to be like a power couple, supervillain group against Bearing and Sugar Tits, kind of like their foils, you know. I saw them as being, potentially something like that, and I can't explain it. I'm not part of those circles on YouTube, so I don't know. And I've largely left her channel alone for a year, so don't really want to start any shit with them. Next, I'm going to say TheBadcop69 sent me a message saying that he YouTubicided, and I had this problem when Eagle Eye 1975 told me the same thing. When I make a YouTubicide video, when I used to do this as a service to the community, it was because someone's channel disappeared completely and there was no explanation. And I felt like for posterity, for the internet archivers 100 years from now, we should make a video, kind of like a gravestone, saying this is what happened on this day. This is why half of all the conversations that they ever had on YouTube are gone, because they decided to remove them. And that's why there's a hole missing in our discourse. And so, when people don't shut down their channel and instead they make a video explaining why they're leaving, there's no reason for me to make a YouTubicide video. They've done their own work digging their own grave and putting the stone on themselves. And this is the case with TheBadcop69. Even though he sent me a message and it said, I YouTubicided. If you ever wish to do your thing on that, then I give you full permission. I'll be around watching you as one of the few people I will watch on this site ever again, but I'm done here. I left originally because doing this work deeply depressed me and had negative impacts on my life in general. But after a long break, I found I couldn't stop the rants in my head, so I tried to come back and only do really gaming and entertainment rants, but it all led me back to what made me leave in the first place. So I'm gone for good, and I won't be back at all as a creator. Thanks for your times talking to me and such. I appreciate it. You're one of the last really good and honest creators on the site, and I hope you never stop, man. Much luck. Thanks for the compliment. I feel like there's thousands of good creators and honest people here on the site, but the compliment, it wasn't why I shared it. It was his reasons why he left. It was negatively affecting his life, and I agree with his reasoning there. If you're not having fun doing what you're doing here on YouTube, if you have to check your phone to see if you got messages because someone's friend or a friend of a friend, or their brother's, sister's, dog's, former roommate's cousin might have said something about you, and you have to get back to it as soon as possible. If you're hovering over your phone like that, you got a fucking problem, right? That's not healthy for your life. And I've done a lot of cutting shit out of my life recently, and I feel very good about it, right? And that brings me a nice little segue to Thunderf00t deciding to leave the skeptics community by calling out Sargon of Akkad and V and a bunch of others, Monday Matt, and they've all made response videos to his reasoning why, but I can understand his feelings in the moment, and I understand that there is a counter-argument, as there often is, to reasons people give on their way out the door. I don't think that the people involved often regard themselves as being part of the skeptic community, and that label is something that's not really something that you can leave if you're going to be using actual skepticism, not just labeled skepticism, because those people who have even a basic understanding of critical thinking and science and just skepticism itself, they speak a language of logic. And I feel like Thunderf00t saying that he's going to leave the skeptic community is just as effective as saying, I'm going to leave the English language even though I'm going to speak the same language that I've been speaking. Or I'm going to stop being a YouTuber even though I'm going to be a videographer and post my videos on the same platform that I've been posting them. Because of the shared the shared language of skepticism, the shared conventions of logic, people are naturally going to gravitate towards the channels that use those when they learn these critical thinking skills themselves. And you can't really separate that audience from each other. So you're going to have people disagreeing on things, because even though they're applying skepticism, it is possible for two people to look at the same evidence and come to a different conclusion. I've seen this time and time again. And when those disagreements happen, I'd like to think that one of them made a mistake in their application of skepticism, but oftentimes I've found that the flaws in the logic aren't that apparent between both sides. And I feel like the counter-arguments against Thunderf00t's berating the dark humor were a little bit more convincing than Thunderf00t's video itself. But still, there is something to what he's saying. It did give him that last straw on the camel's back, that he was seeing people represent skepticism, and they were doing so in this way that he did not like, and he did not want to be a part of that label. Beyond that, there were some flaws in the way that he edited videos, or some disagreements about what people actually meant, and then he showed that some of their disagreements were in fact wrong, because especially the laughing after jokes, I think he made that one point, that one defense of his original video. But that's going to be a fight for a while, right? I want to say that I understand the want to leave a community that's going the wrong direction, or what you perceive as the wrong direction. And I've done it myself where I've had disagreements with someone. I just haven't ascribed my leaving a community to a reason and then, left and shot it on my way out the door. I've voiced my disagreements and then did my own thing. But the I'm going to take my ball and go home announcement, I don't see much use in it, So yeah, there's shakeups and drama going on, but I'll tell you, the last time I felt this was learning from certain bigger YouTubers that they did not like a video of mine because they didn't want their channel that was linked to their Twitter to tweet out that they liked my video because I was having a disagreement with a very large YouTuber. And they saw my points, disagreed with a few, but they agreed with a few of my points. And then they saw how this YouTuber was conducting himself in the comment section of my video, and they were disgusted, but they felt like if they showed any allegiance towards me by liking my video or commenting against this person, that they would not be able to be part of the community at large. They might be not invited to the reindeer games, and it was completely political that they did not show me any support. And so yeah, I forgive them because people are people and they want to be part of that party, and that's fine. I'm out. I'm out. And I'm far more comfortable being like the rattlesnake that will bite anyone. I'm far more comfortable in that role than thinking about, will disagreeing with this person mean less subscribers and less views for me 5 years down the road because they're on a trajectory of growth on their channel, and that would lose me 20,000 subscribers, over 5 years. I don't want to think that way. And so when I see how negativity and depression were the reasons that TheBadcop69 had for just quitting making videos altogether, I understand that. You have to make decisions based on your happiness. I haven't quit making videos, but I've definitely quit associating with cliques that I can't understand why they sell out knowingly and so blatantly, openly for each other. And I feel like those people who have stuck around on my channel, they appreciate the rattlesnake mentality, the Stone Cold Steve Austin. If it's going to make a good scene at the end of my fight, I'm going to give a stunner to whoever it is, be it The Rock or Triple H. I will stun anyone just for the fact that it's a good moment to do it. And for me, skepticism is not supposed to be biased on who is your friend. And if that's the kind of skepticism you're practicing, we need to be unified, and when we have somebody who needs to be called out, don't call them out, because we need to be unified against greater stupidity. I feel like iron sharpens iron, and when somebody needs to be called out, you call them out. And that's why I left what may be labeled as the skeptic community, and I started other projects that fulfilled me a hell of a lot more. And this channel turned into me taking shots at the things that I disagree with here and there, but you haven't seen a lot of editing or me parsing somebody else's video and interspersing myself in it, because that entire culture and that clique just doesn't impress me anymore. And it has brought me a lot of negativity in my thoughts, and I'd rather be happy.